I didn't love the play call. I don't understand, the stretch left, boot right, and Jimmy's got pressure in his face, and then your former teammate Mike Purcell comes busting through, and he loses his way, and then Trent gets rolled up on, and Brendel makes a block into Draymond Jones. But explain to me the play call there. Slow developing, keep boot game in your own end zone was a recipe for disaster. I don't understand that.
Yeah, I think it was. I think Kyle even said it after the game. It put him in a bad situation right there. Especially backed up. Anytime that you're in kind of in the backed up like -5 territory right there, it's either like a quick kind of play action pass where it's just a 3-step, set your feet and try to get out of there, or any kind of run. You're really just trying to get a first down and get out of your own end zone area or out of the backed up -5 territory. So, I think Jimmy just obviously lost where he was. He had pressure in the face real quick. Like you said, usually I'm able to watch the film of the game so I can see exactly where he was able to break through. But I was at the game yesterday, so it was more of just watching it in person. The play call wasn't great down there. And I think the offense just looked off the whole night. I thought they started really well. They came down, and a couple of the first 2 series, it was just like, it was like just what we've come to see with Jimmy leading the offense and Kyle, and Denver defense did a great job of like kind of not breaking, and it just seemed like every kind of series were either all out at the 50 or it was just kind of a weird offensive day. Nothing was really clicking. They couldn't get anything going downfield, and even the run game. It was just kind of like from my vantage point, sitting in the stands, it just kind of looked like a muddle up the middle. And there wasn't anything that was like really, really splitting the defense as opposed to the one Jeff Wilson run that he had early. But other than that, it was nothing.
Joe Staley, Jonas, he was at the game in Denver last night as the 49ers lose 11-10. I want to be fair to Jimmy. I'm sure there's some rust involved there. He missed a throw to Debo that was wide open. Debo's hand was up. He underthrew a ball that should have been there. He threw the one interception. He stepped out of the back of the end zone. So obviously it wasn't his best game, but how would you assess it from what you saw in the stands?
Yeah, I mean, exactly that. It wasn't his best game. I think there was rust involved. I don't know. You can say, like, it's easy now, hindsight, saying, like, well, he didn't have training camp and all that stuff, and he's coming back from a shoulder injury, but it just wasn't a great game. He just looked off, and the throws weren't quite there. Even some of the stuff like to the sideline, just the quick like screen passes or the quick down the line kind of swing passes out to the receiver. They just looked a little bit high, low. It wasn't there completely. But again, I'm really looking forward to kind of watching this, on tape and trying to see exactly what was going on. But, from my vantage point in the stands, it just wasn't clicking. And I've been there, we've had really good teams too as players where just one day, it just wasn't there. And offensively, that was a game that, hopefully this is not the Niners offense that we're going to see the rest of the season. This is kind of maybe just a blip. Because the defense, I thought, played absolutely tremendous. They obviously kept them in the game the whole entire time. And that's 3 games in a row. This is a top 5 defense that we have. And, the offense just really has to just get a few of these, drives, kind of just sustaining the drives, finishing them, just put up 21 points is kind of like reminiscent of the 2011-12 year. The defense is so good that you just have to put up 21 points and you're going to win. And that's got to be the goal every week. So, hopefully it's just one of those games where just nothing was kind of working and they can move on from there.